was very inspiring to watch. The difference that they were able to make and the awareness that they were able to spread about the issues in Uganda was really interesting to see, and I know I felt inspired by their stories. Um, it really looks like they made such a difference in these children's lives and generationally. It will make a huge difference for their families, especially. I think the way that they laid it out is really well done, and the film did a good job in getting their points across while keeping to the overall message. So I think the layout was really, really good.
We've always heard of like, different struggles in different countries or whatever, but I think this one did a really good job. This documentary did a really good job of portraying, like breaking down specifically like this the cycle of education and poverty, the link between the two, and how it becomes a cycle for generations and generations and generations, and the difference of how like boys are raised and how girls are raised in Uganda and all of that stuff. And it's like I think it did a really good job of breaking down the problem so we could really appreciate the solution and how the solution kind of not is not just a band-aid, but like generational, like does generational good as far as how like how they were saying like when you educate like one generation, they can grow up and get out of and move up out of poverty or whatever, and also educate the next generation and the next generation, and you can break the cycle like that. And I think um, the documentary did a really good job of like breaking down the problem so that we could understand and appreciate the solution more so. Also, the B-roll, the cinematography was S tier, S tier, great job, like impressive good, like remarkably good.
They give us a context of how Uganda had to go to a 2 year lockdown, and that impacted very negatively the education levels in the country. They also talk about how disproportionately the women and girls are treated and abused in this country, how they are minimizing their potential to mere carriers or more kids. Uh, that reality is still there, and I think it's just one of the main facts that I will keep forever in my mind. I love their title and analogy of planting a tree for future generation, and that's true. It's just a very selfless act. You will not reap any benefits. It will not give you any shade, and it's just yeah. I never thought of that like that, and it's they give us emotional testimonials on clear evidence of their progress and dedication. It's an inspirational and so moving story.
Soundtrack, the visuals, everything was so stunning and worked so nicely together. I love how this documentary shines a light on poverty and how one woman was capable of starting this brilliant foundation in helping others start education and bringing life to it. School for Life is such a positive life in life, positive light in life, excuse me, and that our hope strives even further into the future.
And I feel like it's such a good like mission to start giving people like what they deserve, which is knowledge, and it started that from women. So it's kind of like have like the message of female empowerment in a way through the initiator of the project. So it's solid in itself. It's pretty organic, like in a way that they tell this story, and I feel like it's well shot and it's well put together as a documentary.